In this video, I will show you how to create a list data structure in Python. So we are using here IDLE tool to edit and run our Python programs. This time using this IDLE Python 3.10 version is installed in my system, so I'm using this one. If you want to download this setup file, we have to visit python.org file. There downloads option is available. You have to choose the respective operating system and bit size. Based on that, a suitable setup file you have to download and install it. It is an open source software freely available in python.org website. Now my first requirement is I need to create a new file. So my target here is create a list. So list is a data structure which can hold set of elements of different data types, same data types. Both are acceptable. List elements are enclosed in square brackets. So you have to remember list elements are enclosed in square brackets and list can hold multiple data type of elements. These two things you have to remember. For example, L1 is suppose for example A1. A1 is the first list. I am assigning some values like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. If I given a statement like this, the set of elements are enclosed in square brackets means that indicates that the following elements are created as part of the list and the name of the list is A1. If I want to view all the items of my list, then I can use the print statement, print of name of the list. I can use it to print it. So first, before run this program, I need to save it in my respective directory, which is in D drive, and assign a meaningful name. It is a first demo program under list. So demo list one.py. How to run? We have a run button here. Run menu option is there, run module, or you can also press F5 button in our keyboard. Both are acceptable. You can see when I given the statement print of A1, it prints all the items in the list. List elements are generally enclosed in square brackets. If something is enclosed in square brackets means that is indicating list. And the next one, the source code. Suppose here when I'm printing A1, it prints all items. But if I want to access individual items, so I'm mentioning here by using the comment line. A single line comment is represented in Python using hash symbol. What I'm going to do, individual access of list items, individual access of list items. How can I access a particular element, first element, second element, third element, like that? I can say first element, a string component and non-string component are separated in Python using comma symbol. So first element, what is the first element? The name of the list, square brackets. Generally the index values are beginning from 0. 0 means it will fetch means read the item that is located at 0 index. So 10, the item 10 is located at 0 index, 20 is located at 1 index, 30 is located at 2 index, and 40 is located at 3 index. Suppose if I want to print 40, I need to represent A1 of 3. I can also print that information. Then I need to change this third element. And I need to update this as A1 of 3. So A1 of 3 means this is 0, this is 1 index, this is second index, this is third one. So 40 is going to print here. So once we made any changes, immediately save the application and run the program. You can observe the first element is 10, the third element is 40. So I achieved that. Accessing individual elements is done by using indexing. This is representing these numbers are called as indexing. If I want to access this element, this is located at what location? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then what should I do? I need to just copy this statement and last element in our list, that is located index 8. Save this one and run this. The last element is 90 is printed here. Third element is 40. First element is 10. This is about how do we access individual access of list items. And the first one is about accessing all items of list items. Access all items. Access all list items. The next category is individual access. Individual access of list item. Next one is I want to access subset of items. That can be done with the help of slicing concept in Python. Subset of items of a list. So printing. So first I will show you how I can access subset of elements. Actually this subset of element is expecting three things. I will show you. I will open a Word document and I will explain. Just increase the font size. List name, suppose list name, square brackets, here start index value, colon, stop index value, colon, step index value. Actually this is the slicing syntax in list. If you want to access subset of items of your list, we are following this syntax. We need to represent the start index value and colon, separation symbol is colon, and you need to specify the where to stop, where to begin, where to stop, and we need to also specify how many steps needs to jump after reading the first element. So three things we need to specify when you are using slicing. This is the syntax. Start value, stop value, and step value. So using this representation, I am going to specify start value and stop value and step value. Suppose if I skip the stop value and step value, only if I specified the start value, that means like this. If I specified this one, but I did not specify the both stop value and step value, then how the Python interpreter will assume that stop means till the last element in the list it will stop. Okay, it will start its journey from the starting element up to the last element in the list. What about step? If we did not specify the step value, by default it jumps only one step right side. After reading the first element, it reads the second element. After reading the second element, it reads the third element. That means it jumps only one step. When you are not specifying step value, when you are not specifying stop value, the Python interpreter assumes like this. Up to the last element, and by default step value is 1. Suppose one more case is, so first I will try this one. I will go to my program and I will start this one. A1 of. If I specify only one index and I did not specify the remaining two. Remaining two means I did not specify the stop value. I did not specify the step value. Then what will happen according to the syntax? This is called start index. So our start index 1 means one index element is 20. From 20, I did not specify where to stop. So it reads all the elements up to the last element of this list, that is up to 90. So it starts reading from 20 and up to 90. After 20, which element is going to be read? Because we did not specify the step value here. That means by default after 20, 30 is read. After 30, 40. After 40, 50. Just let's check whether it is going to generate the same result or not. So before this, I am closing this previous output and I am running. You can observe the results. See, when I specified list A1 of 1 colon means it starts from 20 up to the last element it prints. Suppose in the same program, again I will open my Word document. In the same program, if I specified both start and start value colon stop value, but I did not specify step value, then what will happen? It starts reading the elements from the specified index up to stop index -1. It won't consider the stop index value. Please remember this one. In Python, the last index is not part of the output. It reads up to the stop index minus. Suppose if you given stop value as 7, it reads up to 6. That means 7 minus 1. If you given 5, it reads up to 4. If you given 3, it reads up to 2 index. How it will work, I will show you. Print a1 of, suppose 3 colon 6 I given. 3 colon 6 means it starts reading the value from the index 0 up to 6 minus 1 means 5. So index 3 is 40, index 4 is 50, index 5 is 60. That means our expected output is 40, 50, 60. Just let's check whether it is generating the same output what we expect or not. See, as I told you that it fetches the values 40, 50, 60. And one more thing, suppose if I specified the step value here, if I specified the step value, how it will treats? I will show you that one. If I specified all, so print of name of the list colon. I want to start from 0 up to 8, that is nothing but last element, and I need to, this time I am instructing Python interpreter jump 2 steps. Every time 2 steps means after reading the first element, it reads the third element, it skips the second element. After reading the third element, it skips the fourth element and reads the fifth element. Why? Because we clearly specified 2 steps jump is required. I will show you this one. See here, after 10 it won't print 20, it skips 20, and after 20, after 10 it directly prints 30. After 30 again 40 is skipped, after 50 is printed, after 50 60 is skipped, 70 is printed. According to our instruction, we given the instruction when it reaches 8 means it won't print the 8th index element, it prints up to 8 minus 1 means 7th index. So the rest of the elements are not part of the output as per this one. So here the aim of this slicing, this notation is called as slicing. So in case of slicing, the main purpose of slicing is if you want to read some set of items from the main list, not all the items. If you want to read subset of items from the original list, then we can go for slicing. We can go for slicing. And we also do the negative slicing. We can also use negative indexing. I will show you how the negative indexing is used in our programs. Negative indexing. So this is a new thing. Actually, negative index is not used in our previous language like C, CPP and Java, but in Python it supports negative indexing. So print list name of negative index. So if you specified -1 means it points the last element in the list. I will show you. So print last element. If you want to get as it is, that is enclosed in double quotes, and the string content is separated with non-string content with the help of comma symbol. So last element, how can we print? Using the negative indexing, that is called -1. -1 means it prints the last element in our list. What is the last element in our list? That is 90. So we are expecting 90 as the output. I'm saving this one. Run this program. You can see the last element. I provided the description and it prints the 90. Similarly, if I want to print last second, this way. Sorry, not here. If I want to print last second, then just I'm copying the same statement. I will do minor changes. Lost second element. How can I print lost second element? By changing the indexing value as -2. -2 means lost second. -3 means lost third. See, lost second element is 80 because before 90, 90 is lost element. Lost but one is 80. Lost second, lost third, lost fourth, lost fifth, lost sixth, like this. And if I want to print the lost third element, this is lost third element. -3 access the lost third element in the original list. This one. Lost third element is lost first element is 90, lost second element is 80, lost third element is 70. So 70 it prints. And one last operation on slicing I will show you. If I want to print the reverse order of the original list, reverse order of list, then how can I do it? I will show you. I did not specify the start index value. I did not specify the stop index value. Only I specified the step value. Step value -1, beginning from the 0 up to the last value. When we are not specifying the start index value and stop index value, then Python interpreter assumes that the origin point, the last point, last index value and origin index value. -1 means it starts its journey from the rightmost. Rightmost means from 90 onwards it is going to print. So how it will work out, just I will show you by running this application. You see, reverse order of the list I got 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Actual list is original list is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So how I obtain reverse list? With the help of negative indexing using this one. I skipped the start index value, I skipped the stop index value, only I specified the step. How many steps needs to jump. So I pointed -1 means it picks the elements from the rightmost, means last element onwards, it starts its journey. So obviously it returns the reverse order of the original list. Why I enclosed few things in double quotes and why does not enclose it in double quotes? Because I want to see the value that is assigned for this indexing. This is called slicing. So what I covered in this example, I shown you how to create a list and how do we access all items, how do we access individual items using a single indexing, and how do we access subset of items using slicing. This concept is called slicing. In slicing I explained about this syntax. There are 3 ways we can represent the slicing mechanism, and after that I explained about how the negative indexing is helpful to access the elements from last set. So last first element, last second element, last third element, and how do we obtain the reverse order of the list.